The last time I saw my mother, we were saying our final goodbye. We stood at the top of an escalator, and she wore my favorite green linen dress. She had never planned on seeing me again. She knew what she was going to do. Still, she smiled widely and said, "I love you, Bouy." We had just finished a long, lingering lunch. She saw how I couldn't keep my hands off my baby bump. Her seeing my life blossom must have been her last box to check. Some mothers' to-do lists are not as long as others. I was going to be different. But she had donned her beautiful green dress to see me, and isn't the color green symbolic of all living things alive and well? It is. Maybe that had been her swan song message to me, go flourish. But only one question remained. How does a mother leave her pregnant daughter so easily? A life for a life? I suppose the world might work that way. She opted for 95 Quaaludes. Having planned on 100, the hotel maid found the last 5 abandoned on the cheap bedspread. I could not fathom a pile of 100 pills, so I won't bend my mind to that visual for too long. In the worst twist of irony, my mother was the lead nurse of the hospital's intensive care unit, saving lives for a living. She used to phone me in the deepest dark of night to come rescue her from herself, from a voluntary death. We had landlines back then. Had she chosen to call me that last night? We were not able to select a pleasant ringtone of cascading crickets like today. Instead, a screaming black plastic Panasonic cradled itself on my nightstand. No way I could have nursed my son and her also, and maybe she understood that. Her final attempt had been the only attempt. She had not phoned me to rescue her from herself. That truth freed me. It instantly exonerated my soul. I have come to understand that we do not kill people, nor can we keep them alive. We can only save ourselves. What if she had called? Only 6 months prior, I told her I was her enabler and that I could not keep rushing to rescue her. She must have been ready to go. Her anniversary of April the 20th never gets easy. I admit, when your own mother leaves you on the most beautiful day of the year, your soul assumes anyone can. Some might, many will. But I have remained married. I have stayed. He has attached. I have flourished. We raised 3 thriving sons, and I will be here to watch them raise their children, and so on. I will give them all nicknames and do the very things they adore. These joyous, joyous gestures make small days feel so big. The giving of nicknames and doing their favorite things. Pure pleasure, these things we do for joy. Admittedly, on tough days, my inclination is to bolt, not like she did, but just far enough away to a spot where old pain cannot find me, like running underneath a canopy of trees where the sun shoots rays through the thinnest branches and brightens in my eyes. On those kinds of days, I could run forever. Eventually, though, I tack back and return home. I am different than my mother. I crave love. It calls me. It insists I tack back. We get to make those sorts of simple choices every day, just like the choice to wear a green dress and meet your daughter for one last lunch. I constantly wonder where my next joys come from, even if it is only the slightest sliver of winter sun escaping through some errant, naked branch. I cannot imagine a day without it. Same goes for love, same goes for life. She called me Bouy and wore my favorite dress.